She ought to resign in disgrace. She clearly couldn't pass a ninth grade civics test if she was even able to cheat on it. This is a pretty simple deal. First of all, to apply the 14th Amendment in this is absurd. But even what's more absurd is that Donald Trump has never even been charged with insurrection, much less being found guilty. And if some bureaucrat, she's an unelected one, she was appointed to the job. If she can just determine that Donald Trump is guilty by her own standards, and then she gets to interpret the Constitution of the United States without any court, folks, this is the kind of stuff that happens when you have the Stasi of East Germany put back in place. This is insane. And I'm glad that even a few Democrats have the good sense and the courage to call her out on it and to say, this isn't how democracy works. I just can't understand why Democrats keep talking about a threat to democracy. There is no greater threat to democracy than when Democrats decide that they can adjudicate something beyond the normal due process that every person is afforded. And all this does is make people like me even more determined than ever to see that Donald Trump is reelected as president.
Well said. Jesse, legally, we know this is probably going to the Supreme Court because of what Colorado did. And while the Secretary of State there says Trump is on the ballot, we know the Colorado GOP had to file an appeal because the state Supreme Court had kicked him off the ballot there. In regards to Maine, also adding to what Governor Huckabee just said, the Trump campaign probably knew something was up because they wanted her to recuse herself from even ruling in on it. As yesterday we reported, she's made some pretty damaging comments before on X about Donald Trump, about an insurrection on January 6th. So they kind of, I think, were ahead of the game on that. What do you think the U.S. Supreme Court needs to do now? How quickly? And with Michigan also keeping him on the ballot with California, there's a lot of back and forth here.
Well, that's a great question. And as of right now, every single court except for, these left-wing justices on the Colorado Supreme Court that's looked at this issue, all have come to the same unanimous decision, is that there is no basis legally or factually to kick Donald Trump off of the ballot. And in the Maine case, because what we have right now is this administrative decision from a bureaucrat who, as you pointed out, should have recused herself. The Maine courts haven't even started to adjudicate this. So the Maine courts will have an opportunity to get this right before this even goes to the United States Supreme Court. And at the end of the day, while I would never want to guess what any judge or justice is going to do, what I do know is the law. And the law here is very, very clear. First of all, there is no basis. There's been no court hearing, no due process of a finding of insurrection. The constitutional amendment at issue, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, does not apply. And more importantly, when you get to the facts, saying that citizens should use their First Amendment right to peacefully and patriotically make their voices heard, while at the same time then going ahead and asking people to remain peaceful, reminding our people that we're the party of law and order and that we support law enforcement, are not the words of insurrection. There's just absolutely no factual basis for this at all, it just shows, as Governor Huckabee very aptly pointed out, this is a politician trying to really take a knife to the heart of any democracy here by disenfranchising the citizens of Maine and telling them that they can't vote for Donald Trump.